thank you for checking out Mondo Modular yet again. As you can see, there have been some changes since the last episode, which was a little while back. I'm no longer on my living room floor. I am now currently in my bedroom, meaning I have not one, but two workstations now in my apartment. In the living room, I have my editing video workstation, and now in my bedroom, which is quite small, now that this is in here, is the analog audio workstation. But I digress. We're here in what is now my bedroom studio, so I can go over and show you some of the really neat stuff I've picked up in the last couple of weeks. And of course, as usual, I'm still learning how to do all this, so I figure I'll learn while the camera's on, and you can just kind of watch me make mistakes and make little discoveries as well along the way as I just turn knobs, plug things in, and see what doesn't fit where and what fits too well where, and hopefully nothing will explode. I will start with the sequencer. That is one super simple sequence we got going there. That is the Mobius up here, and down here is the Flame Clockwork. Okay, so while that's happening, I'm going to jump over here to the C64, have a little bit of fun. From here you can see that there is 3 zones, 1, 2, and 3. Then there's a layer mode that will play all 3 of the channels at once on a key. So if I've got 3 different sounds on 3 different channels, if I put it into layer, if I hit this one here, well, it won't work here too well right now since I don't have it set up for that, but it will play all 3 at once, which is also pretty neat if I want to do chords when I'm playing with the modular, if I set it up for 3 different. Generally, I think I'm going to probably use it to do just 3 different sounds. Grotesque, isn't that sound? Ooh. I'm looking at this and the way it's set up to my eyes and my mind and my pudgy little fingers. This is a much better way for me to work. A keyboard is definitely meant for someone with long, slender fingers and a much better sense of balance than I have. So this will be hopefully very good for me. So I'm using all 4 of my envelope generators today. Oh, goody, good, goody. I've never done this before. The Flame Clockwork is, of course, triggering 1. Zone 1 here, Zone 2 here. Oops. And the Mobius are all using the gates. So they each get their own little gate trigger. Everything's going through the various amplifiers. I'm using here the low-frequency oscillators. I'm using these to trigger the phase shifter over here, and also the timbre modifier over here, so they're kind of doing their business. I've got it on random at the moment, so it's not doing it consistently. So here, I'm going to play with got an oscillator here that is controlling the filter frequency of the high pitch sound, so I'm going to play with that a little bit here while as you'll hear. Archie sound on zone 1. I've got hooked up to this other oscillator, so let's see what that does for us. Just adjusted the digital delay on the sequencer there, so you can hear it's having a little trouble kind of stepping on itself. Whereas the flame, which is not going through the digital delay, is just staying the same. I just kept this straight. This is pretty much straight. It's not going through anything except just triggering the voltage controlled digital oscillator. And that's it. Right in the lens, honey. She hates this. She really does. There you have it. Not very musical, but a really good way for me to test out the system and make sure everything's working. A lot of weird sounds, and it's very easy for me to trace what's doing what and what's coming from where. So hopefully next time I'll have something a little more musical to present than this. But the setup is great. This table that it's all sitting on now is something I picked up at Staples for about $150. So it's a lot cheaper than going out and buying any official audio furniture, and holds the weight. I'm very impressed. In fact, don't tell anybody, but I think I've got enough room for maybe 1 or 2 more module cabinets to go onto this thing before it falls to the center of the earth.